Okay, this meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act. An adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as required by law. Certain portions of it may be closed to the public for the purpose of personnel and/or other matters as outlined in the Sunshine Law. The decisions made and/or discussed in closed session will be made known to the public at a later time. All contracts awarded by mayor and council must comply with the affirmative action requirements of PL 1975 C127. Fire exits are located in directions I'm indicating. If you're alerted for fire, please move in a calm, orderly manner to the nearest smoke-free exit. Notice to members of the governing body and borough staff, any use of electronic devices during this meeting shall be used solely for the purposes of borough business, and any communications are subject to the Open Public Records Act. Andrew, please call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Here.
Councilman Connolly.
Here.
Councilman Johnson.
Present.
Councilman Signorello.
Here.
Councilman Ravina.
Here.
Councilwoman Belomo.
Here.
Mayor Signorello.
Here.
All present, Mayor.
Please lead us in the opening prayer, followed by Pledge of Allegiance.
Yes, Mayor. Eternal God, grant us thy help in all our duties and perplexities. We ask for thy guidance. Give us thy protection in our dangers and sorrows. Grant us thy peace. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah. Oh, I like that tie. It's tie.
There are no communications for consideration this evening. There are no proclamations or presentations for consideration this evening. May I have a motion to approve meeting minutes pending corrections?
So move. Second.
Excuse me, all in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion that bills and payrolls be not read and passed for payment?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to open the public portion on agenda items only?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
If you'd like to come speak, please come forward to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Public? Sitting this one out? Okay. May I have a motion to close the public portion on agenda items only?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Reports of departments. Do we have anybody here? Andrew, you want to do anything?
Mayor, I just want to take the opportunity to thank the governing body for their support this year and all the work that we did. I think we're moving in the right direction. It's a pleasure to serve under your leadership. I want to especially thank the two outgoing members of council. I'll start thanking Councilman Connolly. I did note to a couple of the department heads today, there's only two members of council here that were here when I got here, which is Councilman Connolly and Councilman Petrosky, so you're the last of the Mohicans, Joe. Councilman, I appreciate the support you've given me all these years, almost 6 years, almost. And thank you, and I wish you all the best. Wow. And Councilman Belomo, it was a pleasure serving with you, especially getting to know you more in this new capacity. And I always appreciate being told that I'm a good kid, because that at some point is going to end, and I'm going to relish in that at some point. But I appreciate all your support as well, and I wish you all the best. That's it, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. May I have a motion to accept the reports of departments as submitted?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Andrew, please read ordinance number 2706 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2706 is an ordinance for second reading and public hearing, an ordinance appropriating $855,000 from capital surplus and the capital improvement fund of the Borough of Roselle Park to provide for the acquisition of a new firefighting apparatus and equipment by, for, and in the Borough of Roselle Park.
Okay. May I have a motion to open the public portion on ordinance number 2706?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody want to come up and speak on this one? Seeing no one, may I have a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance number 2706?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 2706?
So move. Second.
Is there any discussion?
Was Chief supposed to come in today?
He's under the weather or something. What's going on, Andrew?
He's actually working at the Board of Education, and he's shorthanded, so he's indicated that he might not be able to make it.
Anything new with it, or any new developments, or?
We're buying it.
Oh, no.
Any new developments? So we, as I reported at a previous meeting, so we're doing a 75% down payment on the truck.
And we saved, what, 50 grand?
We saved about $50,000 toward the purchase of the truck. That money is going to be used toward the purchase of for firefighting equipment, which will go along with the truck. The term of delivery is, as of right now, in speaking with the people at Fire and Safety Services in Pierce, it's about 37 months. 37 months. We actually had to sign off on a letter saying that, a good faith letter, given the variables with supply chain, that we wouldn't renege on the deal if it were to be longer or a shorter, obviously not if it's a shorter period of time, but if it's a longer period of time than that, which we did sign because, quite frankly, Pierce is one of the largest manufacturers of firefighting apparatus, and Fire and Safety Services is a preeminent vendor in the industry. So I don't really know where else we would go. But we did sign that letter today in the event that, you all approve this. And that's where we are.
Long overdue.
Okay, call the roll, Andrew.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Connolly.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Ravina.
Yes.
Councilwoman Belomo.
Yes.
6 votes in the affirmative, Mayor. The ordinance is adopted.
Cool. Please read ordinance number 2707 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2707 is an ordinance for second reading and public hearing, an ordinance amending Chapter 19, Section 2 of the Code of the Borough of Roselle Park entitled Conflicts with Visual Sight, General Access, and/or Utilities.
May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance number 2707?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody like to come up and speak on this ordinance? I am seeing no one. May I have a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance number 2707?
So move. Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 2707? Is
So move. Second.
there any discussion? Andrew, please call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Connolly.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Ravina.
Yes.
Councilwoman Belomo.
Yes.
6 votes in the affirmative, Mayor. The ordinance is adopted.
Okay, please read ordinance number 2708 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2708 is an ordinance for second reading and public hearing, an ordinance amending Chapter 7, Section 17, Subsection 2 of the Code of the Borough of Roselle Park entitled Preferential Parking Zones, Locations, and Restrictions.
May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance number 2708?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any other ayes? I feel like
Aye.
everyone want to come up and speak on this? Greg, you win the sweater competition, man.
Overdue.
That's nice. Okay, I'm seeing no one. May I have a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance number 2708?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 2708?
So move. Second.
Is there any discussion? Andrew, please call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Connolly.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Ravina.
Yes.
Councilwoman Belomo.
Yes.
6 votes in the affirmative, Mayor. The ordinance is adopted.
Please read ordinance number 2709 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2709 is an ordinance for second reading and public hearing, an ordinance amending the 2021 revised agreement between the member municipalities of the Rollway Valley Sewerage Authority.
May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance number 2709? Is
So move. Second.
there any, all in favor?
Aye.
Would anybody like to come up and speak on this? Fran, no hot takes on this? Good, all right. All right, fair enough. May I have a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance number 2709?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adopt 2709?
So move. Second.
Is there any discussion? Call the roll, Andrew.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Connolly.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Ravina.
Yes.
Councilwoman Belomo.
Yes.
6 votes in the affirmative, Mayor. The ordinance is adopted.
Please read ordinance 2710 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2710 is an ordinance amending ordinance number 2694, fixing the salary ranges of non-union employees and officials of the Borough of Roselle Park in the County of Union, State of New Jersey.
May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance number 2710?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody like to come up and speak on 2710? We have a taker. Buon Natale.
You got the memo.
Oh, you got the memo. So,
Do we still have Joe on the distribution list?
we got the mic? We got the mic? It doesn't work?
Is it on?
Maybe
Do
the
you
other
want
one.
to try the other one?
Yeah, try the other one. Maybe Court cut it off.
Restart the timer.
There's no timer on
Timer
this.
for ordinances. Just keep going.
We could be here all night.
A torch.
Be gentle on this one.
Buon Natale, everyone. 1, 2. Okay, yes, here we go. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor and Council. Ordinance number 2710, Joe DiOrio, 824 Larch Street. Just have a question on the ordinance number 2710, the authorizing resolution listed for tonight, which basically says who gets what salary at what dollar amount, is $3362.22. So my questions are general. in the resolution that authorizes the payment within the salary ranges in this ordinance, there seems to be just a generic 2% across the board. I understand that part. There are several salaries that are over the 2% increase in salaries for next year. Could you explain those positions over the 2%, the reason why for the increase, who the employees is? You don't have to go through the hourlies. I understand that. An hourly rate, if you throw in a dollar, it's going to drive it up way above 2%. So if you could help us and explain those positions over the 2% increase.
There's one complicated one I'm going to let Andrew explain. I know the one off the top of the head is Rupin, right? Community Center. Can I say names? Nobody's been riced.
You can,
Okay.
as long as you're not discussing they've been riced.
Oh, they have been riced.
All
Okay.
the people above the 2% that are not minimum wage have been
Okay,
riced.
yeah, so-
Some have opted for a closed session discussion, some are okay with an open discussion, so I'd be as non-specific as possible.
Okay, so the one is what is it?
Community Center
Director. Yeah. So that one, the position has really evolved to less of just specific to the community center and more town events, right? Which means a lot more weekends. We do the Oktoberfest, we do the Winter Market, we do a couple other things. We feel like the role's kind of expanded, and quite frankly, he's doing a good job of it. So that's the one off the top of the dome. What are the other
How much
ones?
more is that?
I think it's like $20,000 more.
It's 19 and change, I think.
Oh, I see it here, $19,003 more than his original salary. That's the 27.57%.
Yeah, so I think brings him to like 80,000. That position to like $80,000 more or less.
87,929.
Yeah.
And so the min-max is, that can go up to 100,000. So without going back to the ordinance, my understanding is that Mr. Shaw could receive up to 100,000 by simply doing a resolution authorizing that.
Correct.
Yeah, so this sets the range. So I guess theoretically, if we wanted to give him another bump up to 95 or whatever, that's theoretically possible.
I think historically, the governing body has given him more than the normal bump-ups over the last maybe 10 years or so.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say in general, I think that position, when I came in, he got paid, it was like, that position was paid like $45,000. I'm getting the numbers wrong, but it was in that hemisphere. Let's call it 50, which in my view at that point was criminally underpaid, right, for what we got out of that position. I think the first bump was more just right-sizing what a community center director should make. And I want to say that was like 60-ish. Again, I'm using rough math here. This is more to say this is an expanded role, right? And consummate with that, we're saying you earn more.
Okay, so for the $19,000 additional salary, were there any certifications received? I know sometimes when people get a bump up, it's because they got a license or certification, or they got a degree or something like that. Is that the case here?
No, it's not the case here. I think it's more reflective of just this was a sort of Monday through Friday job that includes weekends now, I think is, if I'm to kind of simplify the explanation.
Okay.
Would you agree, Mr. Administrator?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe the role is much more than it used to be.
I'll have to use that one next time. Okay, thank you. That was good, thanks. And there are a couple of others.
Sure, we can run through them. So my salary, quite frankly, as borough clerk, it's an 8% increase, so it's 6% above the 2%. It would go from $82,807 to $89,432, $6,600, about $6,625 increase. I'm just going to run through them really quick.
Right, but was there a reason for the bump up is what I'm asking. That's my point of my.
Andrew's the best. He's the best in the state. So, the end. Like, that's it. I
I
can
thought
elaborate
maybe
if
there was
you want.
another shared service agreement, and you remember last time that the
Seconds.
governing body
Yeah.
went to a shared service agreement with Kenilworth, there was increases, and rightfully so, because you're taking on additional duties.
Yeah.
And then that was supposed to be taken back based on when that agreement ended. It ended, and I thought maybe there was another shared service on its way in 2023.
No, actually, I mean, honestly, of the shared service agreements that we had worked there, I think the one that worked out, QPA is a real pain in the butt to share. I think that was probably the most painful one. You know, I think in that scenario, we really only shared QPA just because Ken didn't do it, right? Would be my, more or less, they needed a QPA. I mean, I think this is just reflective of
All right, so Mr. Casillas is getting an $8,589
He does a good
increase.
job. That's the bump.
$6,620.
Good, excellent.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the council member's salary. Thank you.
The next one would be Chief Financial Officer's 20%. So $26,818 increase above the $133,182 brings it to $160,000 even. Did a survey. I don't know if you want me to.
No, go for it.
Did
Yeah.
a survey of surrounding municipalities. It's hard to find a comp in the surrounding municipalities. Kenilworth, for obvious reasons of having a shared service agreement there. Elizabeth's not comparable. Roselle, there's a myriad of factors. Union is quite a bit larger, but not to the size of Elizabeth. And then Cranford, where you have a CFO who's been there for quite a long time. I think the comp and salary to this would be Westfield. The CFO, I think it's exactly the same. It might be a little bit less. I think the Westfield CFO is making $165,000. Again, I think in terms of what this is, it would be a merit increase as opposed to just the 2%, which would mirror the clerical contract. I can't use the expression you like, that the role's expanded. I think it goes without saying, as you can appreciate, I think, that these jobs have become more complicated over time.
Okay, so there's no other shared service agreement.
There's not
I-
another shared service
No.
I was thinking
this is a net-
was
yeah,
there was
so
something
this-
happening in 23.
No, this is a net. So I would say in the past
Basically,
years.
they're back to the salary that they were when you had the shared service agreement.
Yeah, that's not the case. So net, to your point, right? He's making more than he did before the shared service.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the simple.
But not
answer.
more than he did during the shared service.
That's right.
agreement.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's no other shared service on its way.
Not one imminent. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
The tax collector position, and I'm just going down the list. So tax collector position, the tax collector per se is not getting a 320 some odd
I didn't think
percent.
that. Yeah.
So Ms. Pereira actually opted for a public discussion, so I'll use her name. She's our tax collector, excellent employee by all means, so I hope she sees this. She does a variety of roles, as do a lot of the employees.
If I may cut to the chase, is this just a change in
Consolidating all of her positions
right into the tax collector?
It's kind of a net
Okay,
wash.
I get it.
Cost
Yeah.
wise. Yeah.
It's and if you were to compare it year over year, it's 2%.
Right.
Just in the one line.
Right.
it
So
looks
she'll
like
have
2%.
one title, basically tax
Correct.
collector, instead of
Correct.
multiple
Yep.
titles. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
And then deputy registrar vital statistics. It's 100.
Yeah, that's a small amount.
It's
That-
you're going from $1,200 to $2,500.
right. I understood that one too.
And then I believe that's it. Other than the minimum wages, like you said, it's statutory. I don't think there were any other merit-based increases. No.
Right. Some are statutory, and then some are just you give them $1,
The
give them
2%,
$10.
yeah.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah, some are statutory, so the minimum wage goes from $13 to $14 next year. Those are all 7 point some odd percent if you're at minimum wage.
Right.
And then everything else, some of the positions mirror the clerical contract, which is 2% year over year.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. There is anybody else? Anybody else want to speak on this? You're the only other one. Okay. Say a second. Okay. May I have a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance number 2710?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 2710?
So move. Second.
Is there any discussion? Call the roll, Andrew.
Councilman Petrosky?
Yes.
Councilman Connolly?
Yes.
Councilman Johnson?
Yes.
Councilman Signorello?
Yes.
Councilman Rabina? Yes. Councilman Belomo?
Yes.
6 votes in the affirmative, Mayor. The ordinance is adopted.
Andrew, please read ordinance number 2711 by title.
Yes, Mayor. Ordinance 2711, is an ordinance for second reading and public hearing, an ordinance adopting the proposed amendments to the 10 West Westfield Avenue redevelopment plan, Block 610, Lot 3.01, former lots 1 and 3, in the borough of Roselle Park, New Jersey, pursuant to the local redevelopment and housing law, NJSA 40A:12A-1 et sec.
May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance number 2711?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Come back up.
Joe DiOrio, 824 Larch Street. If the governing body or the administrator or the appropriate officials can explain this, I'm assuming it's regarding the 8-story parking garage? And I know there was amendments made. Can you explain?
Yeah, so I'll take my best crack at it. Just you guys can keep me honest, Fran. If you need to come back, you can. So I think this is allowing for it's a couple changes. Well, some are just like semantics, like the land use board wanted to. The original project allowed for 375 units. The agreement only comes to 325. So this is making that on par with that. But I think the big change here is allowing for a structure that is 8 stories. That's what the ordinance allows for, more or less. The plan
Yes.
edit, yeah.
That's the
Some of the other stuff is in the agreement change, which I think is in a reso, but that's what's in the plan. And I can also just go over, there's a little bit of horse trading that came with that, right? So this went to the land use board. The land use board wanted more borough dedicated parking. I think it went from, okay, so Fran, come up here because I'm forgetting some of these numbers.
10
It
to
went up,
50.
it went from 10 to 50. Yeah, and then the other thing that we changed, right, so as you know, with the first Meridia, there's a rental fee and then also a fee for the parking. So we said in the agreement, that's no longer, we want each apartment to at least have 1 parking spot. So those are the 2 concessions, I think, in addition to a couple other ones, like, it has to look nice and has to look consistent, that kind of motherhood and apple pie. But in broad strokes, this allows for a bigger building than was originally anticipated. Does that answer your question?
Partially. There was a question I posed a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, during the introduction, which discussed the issue of a provision that said that the parking lot could be shared or be part of a shared agreement with another location or such.
Yep.
And I believe the response from the professionals was that once the CO is granted, that provision no longer exists. So my question is, for example, if the property in front of the 8-story structure gets purchased and developed, that would be STS. Could they use the 8-story structure to meet their parking requirements?
It's not called SCS anymore. What's it called? I actually just got my Mavis. They just did my tires.
Mavis, STS.
I'd love for somebody. I'd love for somebody to buy it. Ron's scratching his head. Do you want to come up, Ron? Can we see if we can get this mic working? Yeah.
You could use this.
There's no shared parking arrangement with any other buildings. There is a provision to potentially.
It looks like you guys are doing a podcast.
There's a
by the way.
potentially going to. Yeah, we could. Well, look,
Development.
right? So that may be a misunderstanding. There is a clause in there about a shared parking arrangement between the retail and the residential in case there was an issue with parking maximums. But that is just mainly a boilerplate thing. I think that we anticipate that there's going to be plenty of parking here to meet the requirements of the residential portion and the retail portion.
Well, can I just phrase? I think I can. Yeah.
Get into
Good.
it.
Sure.
It might cut the whole.
Yeah. Sure.
stuff. So essentially, the shared is within the property lines.
Yes.
It's not outside the.
That's what I
property
was going to rephrase
lines.
it
Okay.
as. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my
So
question.
theoretically, let's just say they buy the movie theater, right? Like, that's a separate project. They can't count parking there. It's a separate. It would be theoretically, if it's an area in need of development, it'd be a separate agreement, so on and so forth. That is another animal.
Right, but you couldn't.
Fair to say.
The movie theater couldn't say, "I want to use that. Here, Meridia, I want to use some of your spots to meet my requirements." That's not
Correct.
permitted, or that's not a provision that allows that to happen.
That's not what the provision addresses. Correct.
Okay. Is there any other hot topics you guys want to talk while we have the podcast going?
No, we got the time matching and stuff.
That's it.
All right.
love it.
Any further questions?
I like
Okay,
it.
cool. Thank you. Anybody else want to come up and speak on this? Come on, man. Lurking. Okay. May I have a motion to close the public portion?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
May I have a motion to adopt ordinance 2711?
So move. Second.
Is there any discussion? Cool. May I have a motion to adopt, or call the roll?
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Connolly.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Abstain.
Councilman Signorello?
Yes.
Councilman Rovina?
Yes.
Councilman Belomo?
No.
4 votes in the affirmative, 1 abstention, 1 in the negative. The ordinance is adopted.
Cool. There are no ordinances for introduction. Oh, have fun with all these, Andrew. All matters listed with an asterisk are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the council and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the governing body so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda as part of the general orders. Andrew, please read all these.
Yes, Mayor. Resolution 34722 is requesting a study be conducted by the New Jersey Department of Transportation regarding the use of a system of rapid rectangular flashing beacons in and around the intersection of Jerome Street and New Jersey Route 28, commonly known as East Westfield Avenue, and expressing support of the installation of the same. Resolution 34822 is approving the time due calculation and terms of final payment for Robert Riggi. Resolution 34922 is approving the time due calculation in terms of final payment for Kenneth Longo. Resolution 35022 is approving the time due calculation in terms of final payment for Kevin Kopecki. Resolution 35122 is approving the time due calculation in terms of final payment for Harry Urick. Resolution 35222 is approving the time due calculation in terms of final payment for Michael Estone. Resolution 35322 is awarding a professional services contract to CME Associates for licensed site remediation professional services for the Roselle Park baseball field site in an amount not to exceed $30,300. Resolution 35422 is awarding a professional services contract to CME Associates for licensed site remediation professional services for the Roselle Park Department of Public Works site in an amount not to exceed $109,110. Resolution 35522 is amending Resolution Number 22922 and reauthorizing and directing the Chief Administrative Officer to request certain traffic regulation changes along a portion of New Jersey Route 28, locally known as Westfield Avenue, within the vicinity of Union Road. Resolution 35622 is appointing Joan M. Brennan to the position of Junior Police Records Clerk. Resolution 35722 is authorizing the purchase of parking meters for the Central Business District from Devo and Associates LLC, dealer distributor for Parkeon Inc., doing business as Flowbird Group pursuant to National Cooperative Purchasing Alliance, contract number 05-39, in an amount not to exceed $93,552.95. Resolution 35822 is authorizing the purchase of firefighting apparatus from Fire and Safety Services Limited pursuant to Houston Galveston Area National Cooperative Purchasing Program contract number FS12-19 in an amount not to exceed $808,661.24. Resolution 35922 is accepting the resignation of Krishna Patel from the position of crossing guard. Resolution 36022 is promoting alternate crossing guard Colleen Stetcher to the position of crossing guard. Resolution 36122 is authorizing the treasurer to issue one check totaling $8,815.98, payable to one lien holder on one property, and one check totaling $2,200 from the tax collector's premium account. Resolution 36222 is setting the salaries of non-union employees and officials of the Borough of Roselle Park for calendar year 2023. Resolution 36322 is setting the salaries of certain other non-union employees and officials of the Borough of Roselle Park for calendar year 2023. Resolution 36422 is authorizing an amended and restated employment agreement with Maria Pereira as tax collector. Resolution 36522 is authorizing an amended and restated employment agreement with Maria Valente as assistant treasurer. Resolution 36622 is authorizing a $1,912 increase to the professional services contract with CME Associates for licensed site remediation professional services for the Roselle Park baseball field site, reflecting a revised contract amount not to exceed $32,212. Resolution 36722 is authorizing change order number 1 to Riverview Paving, Inc. for the project improvements to municipal parking lot number 3 in an amount of a $6,845.37 decrease to reflect a total contract amount of $120,565.45 after all change orders. Resolution 36822 is authorizing closeout of the contract with Riverview Paving, Inc. for the project improvements to municipal parking lot number 3. Resolution 36922 is authorizing the Chief Financial Officer to issue interim payments to ensure the continuity of government operations. Resolution 37022 is authorizing the holdover of expiring appointments until the 2023 reorganization of the mayor and council. Resolution 37122 is terminating the contract with Granada Construction Corp. for the project 2021 miscellaneous concrete repairs. Resolution 37222 is accepting the resignation of Paul S. Muka from the position of part-time residential tenancy inspector. Resolution 37322 is appointing Schaefer Shane Jallo, PC, as conflict counsel for the Municipal Land Use Board application number 2022-004. Resolution 37422 is authorizing change order number 1 to National Water Main Cleaning for the project stormwater cleaning in an amount of a $12,099.59 decrease to reflect a total contract amount of $77,730.41. After all change orders, Resolution 37522 is authorizing closeout of the contract with National Water Main Cleaning for project storm sewer cleaning. Resolution 37622 is approving a 5-year tax payment for 318 Hemlock Street, Block 811, Lot 13 of the municipal tax map. Resolution 37722 is approving a 5-year tax payment for 146 West Lincoln Avenue, Block 416, Lot 11 of the municipal tax map. Resolution 37822 is authorizing application for fiscal year 2023 New Jersey Department of Community Affairs Local Recreation Improvement Grant. Resolution 37922 is determining the form and other details of its note relating to the Water Bank Construction Financing Program of the New Jersey Infrastructure Bank to be issued in the principal amount of up to $1,360,000, and providing for the issuance and sale of such note to the New Jersey Infrastructure Bank and authorizing execution and delivery of the New Jersey Infrastructure Bank, all pursuant to the New Jersey Infrastructure Bank Water Bank Construction Financing Program. Resolution 38022 is authorizing the execution of a First Amendment to the amended and restated redevelopment agreement for the property identified as Block 610, Lot 3.01, former lots 1 and 3 of the municipal tax map. Resolution 38122 is approving a person-to-person transfer of plenary retail consumption license 2015-33-15-4 from Caracetas Corporation to Liquor 157 LLC effective December 16, 2022, as plenary retail consumption license 2015-33-15-5.
Good job.
Great job there, Andrew.
Okay, I'm gonna pull 357, 379.
You need to pull 363.
I need to pull 363.
Yeah, 'cause,
380?
you and your dad have to abstain.
What's 363?
Internet sig.
Oh, got it. Okay. Anybody else want to pull anything else?
380.
380,
Yeah, me too, 357.
357. Okay. Anything else?
So 357, 363, 379, and 380.
57, 63, 79, and 80. Yeah. Okay,
Consent.
do you want to do, oh yeah, may I have a motion to approve the, resolutions remaining on the consent agenda?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Council President, you want to take over for a second?
Sure.
You can do the part? Never mind.
Yeah, he'll do just get 363 out of the way.
Ask for a motion.
Then I have a motion for 363-22. So move.
Second.
You can't second. Dad cannot second.
Okay, Connolly, got it.
I said so moved.
You got it? Somebody's got a second? Great, good, great.
I couldn't hear you. You're not too close to the mic.
Okay.
We made it.
I'm deaf.
Any discussion?
Any discussion? Andrew, could you call the roll?
Councilman Petrosky?
Yes.
Councilman Connolly?
Yes.
Councilman Johnson?
Yes.
Councilman Signorello is abstaining.
Yes.
Councilman Rabina?
Yes.
Councilwoman Belomo?
Yes.
5 votes in the affirmative, 1 abstention. The resolution is adopted, Council President.
I'm back.
Here.
I'm back. Feels good. Thanks, Joe P. Great job.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Can I have a motion to adopt 357-22?
So move.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Andrew, just real quick, this one is this covering Chestnut Street? Because we did the parking lots. This is now Chestnut Street and the T section of Westfield Ave? Where is
Yes.
this? Okay,
Yep.
got it.
This is Chestnut Street from East Grant Avenue, or from Grant Avenue to Westfield Avenue.
Okay,
And then it is east and west in the metered area of Westfield Avenue.
and this is central meters again?
These are centralized meters, so all of the single and double head meters will be coming out as part of the sidewalk project.
Okay,
And then once the sidewalk project is completed, in the spring, hopefully, or, sometime next year.
Yep.
These central meters will be installed. All the spots on street will be numbered or placard with a number, and we'll have central metering down there.
cool. Any other discussion? I wanted to.
Just thank you, can't wait, this is a long time coming. I can remember for how long the parking has been just, I don't know, disarray, and
25
people
years.
use it, and, that's why
Sorry.
that's why we voted to actually have more parking with the parking deck, so I think good things are coming in Roselle Park, and let's just fix it, and that's all I have to say about 357.
Good job.
I want to say thank you too. This was a long time coming for the downtown area. I think all the business owners will be happy, and the residents too, because they don't know whether or not to pay the meters or not pay the meters, whether or not they're going to get a ticket or not. So I think this is a definite positive for the downtown.
Thanks, Jody. Any further questions or discussion? Okay, Andrew, call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Connolly.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Rabina.
Yes.
Councilman Belomo.
Yes.
6 votes in the affirmative, Mayor. The resolution is adopted.
Okay, may I have a motion to adopt 379-22?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Andrew, what is this?
So this is the joint meeting of Essex and Union County have a massive stormwater resiliency project.
Yep.
At their Elizabeth facility.
Yep. So this is our share of the debt.
This is our share of the debt associated with what's going to be sold to the infrastructure bank.
Yep.
This happened before, so if you feel like we're repeating ourselves, unfortunately, when the bids came in, they came in much higher than originally spec'd out.
Yep.
By the factor of $20 million. So this is the allocable share of the municipality's debt. It will be, and the representations that we understand are that FEMA is going to cover 90% of each allocable share, and the municipality will either be able to pay installments of that last 10% or pay in cash. Given the borough's position financially, we would probably likely pay it in cash at this stage.
Cool. Okay, any further discussion? Okay, call the roll.
Hold on a second. Sorry. Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Connolly.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Rabina.
Yes.
Councilman Belomo.
Yes.
6 votes in the affirmative, Mayor. The resolution is adopted.
Okay, may I have a motion to adopt resolution 380-22?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Andrew, can you go into detail with this a little bit?
Yeah.
Please.
Sure.
Let me try and do it. Fran, you want to come
Yeah.
up?
I just don't have it. I don't
Yeah,
have the
so it's fine.
documents in front of me.
So I think the redevelopment agreement has a ton of stuff in it, right? So I think it'd be foolhardy to try and go through all the details. But the original development in broad strokes mandated 325 units of residential breakdown, some one bedroom, some two bedrooms, some studios. 16,000 square feet of retail space and X number of parking, right? This would be amending that, and the big amendments are, and we can go, if there's any other detailed questions, this would be amending that to allow for the updated parking counts. It would enforce the one parking spot per apartment, so that's like kind of a net new add-in. It would also increase our parking allocated to the borough from 10 to 50. And then the last thing I want to hit on is also, Ron just left, but there's a number of design standards that we put into this, very specific about, you know, the thickness of the window and the thickness of the insulation down to the brick face. We got really, really detailed on this one. So this is carrying over a lot of those changes and adding them to the parking deck, I would imagine, right? Did I speak on any of those things?
Just to
Pretty much.
clarify that the First Amendment is just incorporating all the recommendations and the changes to the redevelopment agreement, to the redevelopment plan that are now incorporated into the redevelopment agreement.
Right, okay.
So it's not even altering the agreement, it's an amendment to the agreement with those recommendations.
Exactly. It's
Okay.
not altering the agreement.
got it. Cool.
Except
Okay.
to the extent of
It's just
the plan
adding-
changed, so the agreement had to change.
With the structure, with the
Yeah. Yeah.
parking garage.
Correct.
Right, okay.
Any further discussion? Cool. Call the roll.
Councilman Petrosky.
Yes.
Councilman Connolly.
Yes.
Councilman Johnson.
Yes.
Councilman Signorello.
Yes.
Councilman Rabina.
Yes.
Councilman Belomo.
No.
5 in the affirmative, 1 in the negative. The resolution is adopted.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Fran. Happy holidays. Yeah, take it easy.
Thanks, Fran.
Thank you.
Okay, reports of Borough Council committees. Jay, it's your birthday. You go first.
Thanks very much, Mayor. Well, good evening, all. So it's our last meeting of the year, and what a year it's been. It's December. 2022 is coming to a close, and it's time to reflect, be grateful, and celebrate the holidays with those closest to us. It's a time of second chances, strengthening focus, and welcoming new opportunities. On December 2nd and 3rd, I joined my colleagues here on the dais, and with neighbors and friends, together we celebrated the season with the Christmas tree lighting and second annual winter market. As always, great job to Directors Shaw, Biamonte, Ranieri for setup and coordination. Our borough events never disappoint. On December 4th, I joined County Commissioner Mirabella and Councilman at Large Signorello for the ground opening of Lidio's Cafe and Flowers. Folks have been asking for a coffee shop here for years. It's here, and it's great, and we need to do our part to support it. The place is beautiful, service is like family, and coffee definitely beats that chain from Seattle. On the 4th, I also attended the county's Celebrate the Season event at Warrenanko Park. On the 8th, I attended Meridian Westfield's Holiday Social. Food was catered by Costas and wreath decorating sponsored by Donato Florist. Great example of local neighbors supporting one another. On the 13th, we held our Board of Health meeting. They discussed triple-demic, which consists of flu, COVID, and RSV hitting our younger populations. So please hand wash frequently, mask if you choose, but if you're not feeling well, don't risk being around others. Yesterday, I attended the county's Christmas tree lighting, and later that evening, the Greater Union Township Chamber of Commerce networking event and holiday party. In business, you've got to expand your clientele, and I'm happy to see we've got Roselle Park businesses venturing out and making the connection with neighbors, and vice versa. There's strength in partnership. Today, I attended a work safety training event at Rutgers sponsored by the NJDOT. 25% of fatal vehicle and worker accidents occur between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. Most are due to impaired, distracted, or drowsy drivers. Speeding is also a major contributing factor. So please slow down on our roadways, whether municipal or state highways. A fatality, a collision, a summons, it's not worth it. Speaking of speeding, while at the grand opening of Lidio's Cafe, the councilman at large and I observed an elderly woman crossing legally in the crosswalk on Jerome Street. 6 cars flew by her like she was a traffic cone. This is somebody's mother, grandmother, so a reminder, you must come to a complete stop when a pedestrian is in the sidewalk. I'd like to say thanks to Chief McCaffrey for putting the message board out there by Frenchie's, and thank you to B.A. Casais, Mayor Signorello, and the governing body for just approving Reso 347-22, which is requesting a study by the DOT regarding a use of rapid rectangular flashing beacons on the intersection of Jerome Street and Route 28. Note, for Monday, December 19th, the Municipal Land Use Board will be meeting here at 7 p.m. It's regarding an application for a subdivision and construction for a single-family home on Sherman Avenue. Last but not least, Councilman Belomo, Councilman Connolly, it has been a pleasure serving with you both. I appreciate you, and I wish you both the absolute best. I also want to say thank you to all who reached out to me, and big thanks and appreciation to everyone who called, texted, and sent me birthday wishes today. I truly thank you for taking the time out of your day to wish me well. I'm here for you all at 862-236-0019, jrabine@rosellepark.net. And with that, I'd like to wish everyone a safe, healthy, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. Mayor, that concludes my report.
Thanks, Councilman, and happy birthday to...
Happy birthday.
Thank you all. 27 years old today, guys.
Oh, nice.
Greg, you got to run, so Greg, you want to go next?
We all got it
Well, Mayor, my report is very long, so.
Go. All right, let's go. Get it out of the way.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, residents, and guests. On December 2nd, Friday, I had the opportunity to attend the annual Christmas tree lighting, and I agree with my colleague. It was a great event. But more importantly, I had the opportunity to attend the Union County Veterans Advisory Board Committee meeting, which was located in Ashbrook Golf Course Tavern in Scotch Plains. I just wanted to thank Union County Commissioner Alex Marabella, County Veteran Service Officer Kenneth Glick, and Office of Veteran Services Coordinator Jeff Smith for inviting me to this Union County veteran meeting, and I look forward to attending the next one. It's always good to sit with other military veterans and try to come up with ways that we can help one another within the county. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Commissioner thanks, Marabella, for inviting me. I also had the opportunity to close out the Diversity Inclusion Committee with a Christmas dinner. So that was great and fantastic. That was on Wednesday. And I too just want to say my farewells to Councilwoman Jody Palomo. It was a pleasure serving with you. And it's not so much farewell because we still be interacting, talking, communicating, and leaning on one another for advice and things of that nature. So I truly appreciate you. But more importantly, no, not more importantly, last but least, I wanted to take the moment to say farewell to Councilman Mike Connolly. When I first met you at the American Legions, you've been more than just a friend to me. You've been like a mentor, and quite frankly, you're the reason why I'm here today, because you invited me to get involved, and you believed in me, and I just want to say thank you for that. I never in a million years would think that I would be sitting up here with mayor and council. It's still surreal. I'm a union guy. I'm very passionate, and I'm always sticking up for the little guy. And now you helped me to have that opportunity. So thank you, Mike. I'm gonna miss you. I look forward to working with Conja and Rosanna Lyons Antonuccio next year. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to all residents of Roselle Park, and happy birthday, Jay, and happy birthday, Congressman Payne Jr. on your upcoming birthday, which is on the 17th. And that, Mayor, that concludes my report. If you need to get in contact with me, 908-303-1519, or you could contact me at gjohnson@rosellepark.net.
Thanks, Councilman. Looking fly tonight. Mr. Council President, I know you're used to going first, bud, but bumped you a little bit today.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, I want to send my condolences out to Vincent Rizzo and Daniel Lacatelli. I know Daniel Lacatelli has lived in this town for 89 years, so my condolences go out to them. December 1st, I attended the Christmas tree lighting, which I thought ran very, very well. It was a big turnout. Everyone seemed to have a good time, and like I said, everything seemed to go very smooth. That was December 2nd, I'm sorry.
Good job facilitating that, Council President.
What's that?
Good job facilitating that.
Outstanding job.
On the 4th, I attended the Winter Market. Stopped up. It wasn't as crowded as it was Friday, but it still was a good thing, and everyone seemed to be having a good time. On the 5th, I attended the fire department meeting. It was very nice. I think it's the first time I attended a meeting that they had no work orders for me. So everything was up to date, so that was very good. On the 8th, I attended the Meridian get-together, and they had Donato's over there making Christmas trees. Talking to the owner of Donato, he had told me that was they must have did 25 to 30 wreaths that day, so it was very well attended that night. The 14th, I attended the recreation, which we had a little Christmas party. We will be losing 2 members, Janine Goodis and John Schwartz. Okay, both their terms are expiring at the end of the year, so I do have 2 names to add to.
Okay, sounds good. Yep.
So, but they will definitely be missed. Today I attended the joint sewer meeting. It mostly was about the RFPs and getting ready for 2023. So and then we finally passed the budget for 2023. On the 18th, Santa Parade of Lights will it'll start at 7 p.m. at the train station. Again, I want to thank Councilman Mike for all you've done. Councilwoman Joey, thank you. Mike, we've been together for 6 years, so, same. So I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Kwanzaa, okay? If you need to contact me, you get me at jpetrosky@rosellepark.net, 908-666-7821, and that's my report.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, sir.
He's very formal tonight. Councilman at large.
Good evening. So I just want to go a little quick fire safety stuff for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you water your tree. Don't put your tree lights on when you're not home. Make sure you're not part of like the Griswold movie with all the plugs and extension cords and all that good stuff. And if you're outside, put some plastic on it and tape. Make sure they don't get wet. Just a little fire safety for the holidays. I'd like to thank Jody and Mike Pleasure. I know both of you are not, walking away from this, but I know you guys will still be involved in the community, and I commend you guys for continuing to help out and doing what's good for Roselle Park. I did go to Lidio's Coffee and got a thumbs up. I got a nice hot chocolate coffee mocha tonight, and it's really good. And I'd like to wish everybody happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. End of my report.
Thank you, Councilman.
Mic drop.
Seriously. Councilman Connolly.
I really have no report, but I want to wish everybody a happy holiday, and I want to thank for all the comments. But I will, during the reorg, I will say my goodbyes and thank yous and turn over the reins to Councilman-elect Patel. Other than that, you don't need to contact me. You need to contact the man on the other side.
He's got his email set up, so.
So at that, I'll turn it over back to you, Mayor. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you, Jody.
Sure. Okay, third ward council report's gonna be very short, so the mayor's gonna love this.
Yeah.
Positively Roselle Park 24/7 annual toy drive. To continue in the holiday spirit, our last day for the drop-off is December 17th. You can come out and listen to local talent, the Saxations, from 10 a.m. to noon at Joe and Jody's Barbershop, and bring a toy. Our toy drop locations are Brennan's and Sons, Roselle Park Wines and Spirits, Roselle Park Veterans Memorial Library, the West End Club, Just Jubilant, Iorio's Deli, and Joe and Jody's Barbershop. All toys collected will be distributed to Roselle Park families in need first, then will be distributed to the organizations that's listed on our website. This is a great way to give back to our community. Also, positively, Roselle Park 24/7 annual holiday lights contest. The winners will be announced the week of the 19th. We will be knocking on the winners' doors as usual. Okay, and just a reminder that Sunday, December 18th at 7 p.m. is the Santa Parade of Lights. Check out the borough's Facebook page for the route so you don't miss Santa. And it's been an honor and a privilege to serve as Third Ward Councilwoman. Thank you for allowing me to serve, and I will be here for the reorg meeting also.
Awesome. Good. Cool. Thank you, everybody. So I'll keep mine short as well.
Wait, can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody.
Yay.
And happy birthday to Jack.
So just what? Happy birthday, Jesus. Okay. So the Just Jubilant, congratulations on being Business of the Month. Apropos, perfect time to go get your Christmas cards and knickknacks there. Super cute store. Excited for things to come with them. If you want to be appointed for anything next year, please do me a favor and reach out. We have Environmental Commission, Green Team, which is always looking for people. What are the other? We don't do the arts one anymore. What's it?
The public events.
Public events, land use board. Just reach out to me if you want to get more involved. Recreation, yep, diversity and inclusion. I am excited to announce that. So first off, just as mayor, and I'll just short anecdote: the amount of interest I've had in Chestnut Street and properties around our T section, although the macroeconomic situation looks like it's slowing down a little bit, it has been smoking hot in Roselle Park. I think I'm actually surprised with how quickly things are turning towards positive and interest in our location. So I think people are going to be really happy with what they see over the next 12 to 24 months. I think there's going to be a lot of very positive changes. In concert with that, we want to have a more robust relationship with our businesses. I know Jody's done a good job, sort of as this informal group of small businesses in Roselle Park. But next year, we're going to do a more formal announcement of aligning ourselves with they're now called the Greater Union Chamber of Commerce. So it used to be the Union Township Chamber of Commerce. They're fantastic. Jim Masterson over there does a really good job of like helping folks bootstrap, get up to speed, know what they got to do in New Jersey and know what they got to do in the area. They're also just bigger than us, but not too big to dwarf us, and they already have some ties in Roselle Park. So next year we're going to do a little bit more of a formal announcement of our partnership with them, and they're going to be our go-to partner for chambers. They've been super responsive, and I think they're going to be a good fit for years to come with Roselle Park. And yeah, I'll say more, but Mike, you've been like rock solid for me for 4 years, and I cannot thank you enough for that, man. Like, very, very appreciative of everything you've done. You will be very much missed, and don't go anywhere. Although I know you
Till June.
you threatened to go to Florida all the
It's
time. but-
February now,
I mean,
it's
it
June.
is warmer down there, so I get it. Jody, I have like this like rotating door of third board council people. It's so sad to see you go. It's been a pleasure having you on council. It's been a pleasure reconnecting with you, and also don't go to Florida on me. Oh, you'd go to Vegas, but fair enough. So just invite me to Vegas, then is my only request then. So, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, and God bless. Mayor Sig at RosellPark.net.
I can rent your room.
What's that? You rent me a room? All right, we'll talk prices afterwards. Okay, may I have a motion to open the public portion on any subject?
So move.
Somebody's got to get used to saying second if Mike's not gonna.
Second.
There we go. If you'd like to come speak, please come forward. All in favor?
Aye.
If you'd like to speak, please come forward to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Hi. Just do you mind just saying into the mic?
For the
And then
record.
that mic doesn't work, so just go to that one, please.
Arlene Brown, and I'm here because I thought you were going to cover the tree issue tonight with trees that are too big and they're on other people's properties and they're going to fall on the neighbor's house.
Yeah, so Ms. Brown, the governing body voted, they approved the ordinance.
Oh, they did it before I got here?
Yes. Yeah.
I was only a little, you start at 7:30, right?
You're 40 minutes late.
I was 40 minutes. I'm sorry.
7 o'clock we start.
But they
So
covered it. They covered it. They
Okay.
approved it. It will go into effect a week from today when it's published in the newspaper.
Okay.
So what I would suggest in your situation, if you haven't already spoken to code enforcement about your particular issue,
I have.
so you have, I would call them though. I'm going to give them a heads up about your particular issue and just remind them that this is something that's kind of happening in the background that we've been waiting on to address. And then they'll get on that relatively quickly.
And which code enforcer, the lady that?
Either Ms. Mack or call just the construction department and they'll route it correctly.
All right, now what do I say to them?
I would explain your situation to them.
Okay, because I have spoken to them through Mr. Petrosky, but, one-on-one, I mean, most of it has gone through the council to
Yeah,
them.
I would, I will give them the overview of this, but you, as the resident, my recommendation would be you give your name and you explain the situation with the tree on the neighboring property, and they will take it from there. They'll go out and do an inspection. They'll probably have to do a little bit of due diligence in terms of figuring out exactly how to handle it, and then they'll take it from there in terms of enforcement.
Okay, because a huge limb already came down. I explained that once before behind my garage, and I had to get a chainsaw to take it apart. And the neighbor was giving me dirty looks because I was chainsawing a big tree trunk in between the two houses, but it was his tree. And the rest of it, I'm really afraid it's all dead at top, and it's a huge tree before the snow.
I would explain all of that to them when you call, and they will take it from there.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you. I'm sorry I was late. I thought you started at 7:30. I had it in my notes that you started.
Years ago, they started at 7:30.
Okay.
That's too
Well, I've
But
been here for years.
7 o'clock.
But it passed, so.
Just to let you know, the borough will be closed next Friday.
Okay. So don't call on Friday.
Don't call Friday, no one's going to answer.
About Monday through
You can call tomorrow if you want.
Thursday.
You can call Joe on Friday.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
Drive safe.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, I'm seeing no one. May I have a motion to close the public portion on any subject?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, good meeting, everybody.
We need to adjourn.
Oh, do I have a motion to
Make a
adjourn?
motion.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Who was the second?
Aye.
Mike Connolly. was the
All in
second.
favor? All in favor?
Aye.
Great job.
Yeah.
That was the most awkward ending we've had.
7:59.
That one's on me, though.
Who's the elf on the show?
That one's on me.